Alright, I'm going to try to run a video here. I ain't got much room in my little apartment. The star of the show today is the Wemars 5218G. It's an 18-inch. It was Amazon's bestseller for a while. So far, I just got it yesterday. I haven't put it in wood yet. I've done some tuning on it. So far, I'm liking the saw. I'm running 40 to 1 in it right now. I know you can bash me all you want. I got True Fuel. I got a deal on it, and it's still good. I store my weed eater, my blower, and my saw and stuff. I store it with the True Fuel. I do have a gas mix. I mix Red Armor and ethanol shield is what I run in all my equipment. But as far as storage goes, like I said, I got a good deal on it. I had to take it. I know a lot of people do like the Red Armor. I have some Steel Ultra. I bought a MS 170 and it came with it for the warranty. I ran it for a little while. It is kind of dirty. I hear a lot of people saying bad things about it. But man, if it's all you got, it's all you got. Run it, As far as being a homeowner, just running a saw here and there like I do. Basically, I don't use a saw full time. I mow grass in the summer and I trim a few trees, do some yard cleanup and things like that. So I'm not putting 110% into the saw. And but I am learning to tune them and make them run right. I want to learn to work on them. The Wemars so far seems to run good. I've got a MS250 knockoff, a Chinese knockoff of an MS250, which I've done several videos on. It's a Neotech NS846. It's a MS250 clone. And man, compared to this, the build quality of the Neotech, I think it's a lot better. This ain't bad. This ain't bad at all. I paid $107 for this saw. I'll be honest with you, this thing will probably pay for itself 100 times. You can afford to probably throw it away and get another one. But I know a lot of people, have been talking about these, and Bodie talks about them. I think it's Bodie on the Novice Lumberjack. That's where I kind of did all my research on the saw. He knows the ins and outs of the Wemars. He ported one or two. He made a race saw. He knows what he's doing. I don't agree with everything, but he knows his shit when it comes to certain things about a saw. I will say that. As far as let me set some of the stuff down. As far as I've seen the guys doing the Buck and Billy. When they turn the saw off, they pull the ripcord. To ease up the wear and tear on the starter. Now this is the easy start system, guys. I've seen Bodie do it too. I think his name's Bodie. Hell, I don't know. The Novice Lumberjack. I've seen him do it. Now on a saw like this is the MS250 knockoff. It's got a hard start. Now when you turn that motor off, when you hit that kill switch, and it rocks, it kicks. It's going to kick into the recoil. Okay, I understand that. It saves wear and tear. But when you got an easy start system, when you turn that switch off, all it's doing is stretching the coil a little bit because it's just the opposite. It's winding tight. All it is winding it. It's starting to wind. That's all it's doing. It's not jerking on the recoil. You feel that? There ain't no tension on it. It's just a spring. It don't help it. It don't hurt it. Don't help it. It's just one of them things. If you think it works, I guess. But that's my take on the turning the switch off and holding the recoil. This one don't have no hard kick because it's an easy start system. So it makes absolutely no sense to do that. I think that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Now, as far as the gas caps go, an oil cap, they don't leak. They got the little plastic things inside to keep them from, keep you from losing them. I took mine out. They're real cheap, cheesy. I done away with them. put my gas cap in my pocket if I have to when I fill up. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Now, when I did get the saw, the only thing I found wrong with it, the fuel filter fell apart inside. It was in 3 pieces. So I took it out and I put the fuel filter back together and put it back in. Everything's fine. The fuel lines in here seem really good. They're just a 1-piece fuel line. It's got a swell in the middle of it, and it just kind of, when you mount it, it just pulls through and kind of locks in. They're pretty simple to change from what I'm seeing online. The worm gear, the fuel pump, the oil pump, and all that workings. Man, I did some video. I'd seen some videos on that. It's gravy. You can rebuild this saw for 20 bucks. You can buy all the lines, the fuel pump. You can buy the gas caps. You can buy everything for about 20 bucks. I mean, you can't beat it as far as a rebuild. As far as the motor goes, you probably get the top end for 25 bucks if you had to. But I don't see the motor wearing out unless it's a user error. You use good gas and good oil and the right mixture. They used to mix these at 25-to-1. That's just, in my opinion, that's just to make them dummy proof. If you mix enough oil in there, you're not going to blow the saw up when you buy it from the manufacturer. They'll run on 50-to-1 and 40-to-1 all day long. As long as you tune it to the fuel mixture that you're using, you're fine. And as far as these saws go, if you look at them online, they're anywhere from $79 to $200, and they're pretty much the same saw. This is a 52cc, and they go, as far as the way this is built and all the dressings on it, up to like a 62, 65cc. All the parts pretty much interchange. If you look at them close, they're built the same. Some of them's built better than others as far as the build quality from different manufacturers, but they're the same saw. When it's boiled down, when it's all said and done, it's the same saw. This one's made a little bit better than some of the others that I was looking at online. It's built better, put together better. It is Allen bolts all through it instead of Torx. I didn't like that, but it is what it is. It's got a dual port exhaust in the front, 2 holes. Sounds pretty good. I don't know what the airflow type, situation is on it. But as far as I run, the only thing I have to compare it to is I had a MS-170. And, I bought an MS-170, and the guys laughed me off of Facebook about it because I guess it wasn't a saw in their eyes. And so I sold it. It was kind of weak in the knees, 31cc or 30cc just didn't have enough juice. And I went up to the 45cc, the 250 clone. I mean, it does a lot better. I just went out and cut some wood, a little bit of wood yesterday. I had to go get me some logs to do some videos. But now this here, it feels about the same as the knockoff 250. This is supposed to be a 52cc. That's supposed to be a 45, which they probably ain't either one of them right. So, take it for what it's worth. This one feels about the same as the other one in my hands. This one's, I think, is a little bit heavier. The plastics on it feel good. I mean, everything, the more you hold the saw and handle it, the better it feels. Time will tell. There's not too many of them breaking down online. I mean, these saws are running. Guys are using them for 2-3 years at a time. They run, they work. You just got to take care of them. And if you don't like working on them, get you a Stihl. If you don't like tinkering, if you don't like the hobby part of it, of running the small engines, just get you a Stihl. And take it to the shop once a year and have it, worked over. But as far as these go, things are going to break. You're going to have to replace parts. If you know how to look for the parts, you can't just look up Wemars 52cc online. You just look up a 52cc Chinese saw and kind of go from there. Look at the pictures and things. You'll figure it out. The parts are just so cheap. You just sometimes you just got to take a chance on it. The chances are you can't send them back half the time, so just, pile them up, I guess, for other saws. I don't know what to say. Just do your research and try to look at the pictures close. That's about all you can do. If you're going to work on these saws, you know, I want to buy some in the springtime in the flea market things and fix them. I fix a little bit of this and that. I bought a hedge trimmer and fixed it, gas hedge trimmer, and I started buying a few tools. This is the Innova 6210. I can't remember. Innova. It's a 300 psi. Damn it. You know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, compression tester. Woo wee. And I had another one. I bought it off of Amazon for like $30. It was kind of throwing curveballs sometimes, and this one seems to give me more consistent reading with what I'm supposed to be getting. Maybe pick you up one of these. This was like $35. Get you a couple good screwdrivers to tune carburetors with. I bought a couple of these for like $5 on Amazon. Little pocket screwdrivers. And you got to have these for fuel lines and things like that. Gigantic roach clips, if you will. Anyway, I think these are 10 or 11 inch. These are handy. When I had to pull that fuel line out of the tank, I pulled it out. I don't have the actual tool to pull it. I just used a small Allen wrench with a hook on it. And I pulled it out, and I got a hold of this where I could work on it. I got a hold of it with this. And guys, get you a tachometer to tune with. This is a cheap one, $23. It don't jump all over the place. I can't tell you how accurate it is. I've not blowed nothing up yet. But it don't, some of them, there's reviews on there where they jump all over the place. They go up 500, down 500 RPMs and this, that, and the other. I haven't had that problem with this one. It comes with an antenna where you can clip it on the plug wire. You don't need it. This thing, it picks up really well from the plug wire. And this is what I use to tune with. That in my ear. I'm learning more and more as I go. I did a lot of research on these two saws before I bought them. I didn't just buy them just because I wanted, to buy a chainsaw. I needed a chainsaw when I started, so I got the MS 170. And I found out that 30 cc's just, ain't what I wanted. It would do what I needed to do around yards and things like that, but it's just not what I wanted. So then I bought the MS 250 clone. It was $124, plus tax. And this one was $107. But I researched that MS 250 clone, that Neotech. And I figured, I never seen one bad complaint about it yet. I never even heard of nothing going wrong with it. The build quality is great. The plastics are great. The motor runs good. I did change the gas and oil cap to OEM steel. I put another bar on it. Put a Forester Pro Series bar on it. The chain tensioner is the OEM steel. The side plate clutch cover is the OEM steel. I just sanded off the steel. People's giving me shit about stolen valor. Anyway, I sanded it off. But I love that saw for what it is. I really like it. So we went over get you a tachometer. And these are cheap to start out with. You don't need to go spend $80 on a tack. Maybe later on, once you learn how to do a little more like I'm doing, eventually I'm going to buy a better one. Get you a spark tester. These are cheap. They usually come with a compression tester. Are they great? No. Will they work? Yes. Here's another spark tester. You can get these for about $5 on Amazon. It's got the light bulb in it. But I think that's all I wanted to cover. This is the start of the show. There's an oiler on the bottom. It does got an adjustment on the bottom, because man, out of the box, this thing throws oil all over the place, and it'll get in your clutch and everything. There's oil all over the bar now, so I did turn it down. And guys, I watch these videos, and when y'all put these saws together, and you tighten them chains way too tight. Let them chains, especially when you just first run them, leave some slack and let them hang a little bit. It's not gonna bite you. Just be careful. Leave a little slack in them. Man, I hear these chains squealing and screeching, and when they let off the throttle, it just locks up, and I don't know what it is about guys and their chains, man. They just, I don't know. I just don't know. I kind of learned as I went along, feeling it out. And yeah, let them chains have a little slack in them. It ain't gonna hurt them, man. It's not. If you go to do a big job or something, maybe tighten it down a little bit. Break it in with a little slack in them. It ain't gonna hurt them. Let some oil get in there before you start wrenching on them. It comes with a dog. The crank on it feels the recoil. I think this is metal. The recoil, the cover. I swear, I think it is. I don't know. Yeah, the crank cover, the recoil cover is metal, and it takes 50 to 1 fuel. I start out with like 40 to 1. Run a couple tanks to it. The recoil feels really good. It's got the easy start, and when you pull on, don't go wrenching on them, man. Just let the recoil do the work. Get a good rhythm down, get a good way of doing it, and do it that same way every time. Just take your time with it. Don't And when you take it out of the box, you're going to have to crank on it a few times to get it started, and to get that fuel running up in there in the lines. But once it gets running, and after you get it tuned up, it should fire up first pull every time warm. But I guess that's my take on the Wemars. This is the WS5218G. It's an 18-inch. I think I will later on get the 62cc, which is a 20-inch. That's the one I wanted. I just didn't, I just had a few bucks there to spend, and it was like $25 more. To be honest with you, I really didn't have it to spend at the time, so I grabbed this one. I'm afraid the prices are going to go up on the Chinese saws and stuff, so that's why I'm trying to get them. I'd like to get 4 or 5 of them before the summer, just for a collection. But there you have it, guys. That's it. Oh, the choke. The choke works good. It's got an old style manual choke. If you pull the throttle and pull it out, it will. I think it'll do a high idle. The cover does not hold the air filter down. It's separate. That's one of the things I liked about it. It's got a cheesy air filter. Reusable. This will work, but I looked online for $7.90. You can get the I think you can get the upgrade, which it'll replace this aluminum intake with, I think it replaces it with plastic, but it'll have the square filter like on the big saws, on the 72cc saws, like the Husqvarnas. And it'll give you all the parts to upgrade it for $8. That might be something to consider. But this will work. Just keep it clean, keep it tight. Do the maintenance on your saws, man. Some of these guys, they'll just throw them in the back of the truck or whatever and just run them until they drop. When you're done with your saw, if you ain't killed, wore out from working, break it down and clean it. Take care of it. The saw will make you some money. I'm hoping that my saws make me a few bucks this summer. It's been kind of slow this winter. I'm not mowing grass, and it kind of sucks. But that's it. I guess that's it for this video. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through. There's a thing on the bottom to hold your scrinch. I just noticed. It comes with a tool pack. It comes with a scrinch, a couple Allen wrenches, a cheesy file you can just throw in the dumpster. I bought one of them cheap sets of files. They're like $13. It's almost like the Oregon set. They come with like 5 or 6 files and the guides and things like that. They seem to work okay. The clutch brake works good. The clutch cover is pretty simple to put on, take on and off. I'd rather have the cover like the 250 clone and have the brake and everything separate, but this will work. No more than you have to take it apart and clean it. You just got to take your time. But I'm gonna shut the video down right there. I appreciate y'all watching. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. Y'all have a good evening.